Shalom. Give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, GMS groups who want to light, teach, and present true. Shalom Rakatham to them. Give all praise again to Yahweh Bashem Yahshua Bashem Rakadash. This relates to DAHBOO7 Idaho aims to protect state funds with gold and silver as U.S. dollar implodes. Now that word implode means pretty much collapse or cause to collapse violently inwards and or fail suddenly or dramatically. And we in the precursors of that dollar pretty much with the increase in the debt, hyperinflation. It's a recipe for something to happen relating to the US dollar. I'm going to go to Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death. So your riches are not going to profit you, you know what I mean, in the day of the Lord's of wrath. Proverbs 13:11. Wealth gotten by vanity shall be diminished, but he that gathereth labor shall increase. So wealth gotten by vanity or any other means that's not honorable or by deceit is going to diminish. Proverbs 22:1. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches. A loving favor rather than silver and gold, man. So good name, honor, integrity, you know what I mean, is better than riches, man. You know, so this money is like money is it's a tool to be used but not abused. You know what I mean? So it's only for its purpose set forth. Let's go to Zephaniah 1:18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But that would Proverbs 11:4, which I just read. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. That relates to the Lord's judgment, you know what I mean? So your money and your accumulation of wealth are not going to protect on the days of the jealousy and the day of the Lord's wrath, man. So it's not going to protect you, you know? Let's go to go to Luke 12:33 and 34. This is Luke 12:33 and 34. Sell that ye have, give alms, provide yourself bags which wax not, a treasure in heaven that faileth not, where no thief approacheth, neither moth corrupteth. 34. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. So the real treasures is in heaven, man. You know what I mean? So where no thief can break in, enter, and steal, man. Treasures relate starting with this truth of knowledge, man. This is your treasures. You know, with this, everything else comes with it, man. Let's go to go back to Proverbs 10 and 15. I forgot one in Proverbs 10 and 15. A rich man's wealth is his strong city. The destruction of the poor is their poverty. So their wealth, their accumulation, their material things, that's their strong city. You know, that's their protection. That's their hedge. The rich man's hedge, man. The destruction of the poor is their property. You know, for a rich man, his destruction would be losing that money and becoming in poverty or being poor. Let's go to James 5. I want to go to James next chapter, 5th chapter of James. I'm going to read James 5th chapter 1 through 6. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is canker, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasures together for the last days. Behold, number 4, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are enter into the ears of the Lord Sabaoth. 5. And ye have lived in pleasure on the earth, and have been wanton, and have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, which are the righteous, the poor, and he doth not resist you. So you pretty much use them to accumulate what your pretty much stolen riches and wealth, man. But that wealth that you accumulated, you're about to lose, because it's not going to guarantee you relating to protection in the day of the Lord's wrath, man. Then it's really worth nothing. You know, the dollars, the silver, the gold is not going to be worth nothing when it's all said and done. So that's pretty much a warning to the rich who accumulate and live deliciously, man. The Lord is about to take that. He gave it to you. Now he's about to take it back. I want to go to one more. This is 1 Timothy 6 and 10. This is 1 Timothy 6 and 10. I'll read a few verses up, though. I'll read, I'll start at number 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. Number 7, for we brought nothing into this world. It is certain we can carry nothing out. So you came in naked, you're going to leave that way, pretty much. Having food and raiment, let us therefore be there with, we'll read it again. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. So be content with the essentials, right? Food, water, the basics. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. And that's the point. Sometimes your money can be a more hindrance to you than a help. And into many foolish, hurtful lust, which drown men in destruction and perdition. Because sometimes, depending on individuals, money sometimes can be a snare and a trap, a temptation to lead down a path that may not be in the interest of that person, man. So it can be a snare, a trap, a temptation. With temptations, it leads to, incrementally to bigger things that it's not in the best interest of that person. Money is a tool used for its purpose, man. Is to use but not abuse, man. And money is just what it is that tool. So when it becomes excessive, where you have to have it, then that's problematic for that person. So basically, you control the money, it don't control you. Let's continue on. We'll read that number 9 again. But they that will be rich, fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So money is that snare, that snare for some, which leads pretty much the temptation, then that snare, and leads them to pretty much a path which they don't need to go. You know what I mean? And it's also a distraction, man. It can take you off from the course that you need to go. You know, so it's just used for its purpose, man. And this was just a few verses relating to the DAHBOO7 relating to Idaho, backing pretty much with gold and silver, because financially, economically, they see certain things to come. That being said, I hope it helps. Whoever listens, give all praise to Yahweh, Shem Yahshua, Shem Rakadash. Shalom.